Hello, welcome to a new video. Hopefully this is recording. That's always the goal. I'm just assessing my room, how messy it is. Also, I lost my frog. He's like somewhere in the rubble. Um, but that's my baby doll. She's looking over you guys. So if you're having a bad day, don't worry, she's looking over you. But yes, welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna do August predictions. Sorry if the videos are super late. Um, Life has been insane. I feel like every month my life gets more insane. So can't wait for next month. But thank you so much, you guys, for being here. Wishing you guys have like a, what am I saying? English is so hard. I feel like I've lost my ability to like communicate as not gonna lie, this year's really done a curveball on me. But I hope you guys have been good for the summer. I can't believe it's August. Like the summer's ending. I'm not that sad about it because I don't like the summer. I think it's like way too hot. I love the fall, so like next 2 months is gonna be my life. But also I'm wearing a wig, obviously. My hair is not like this. So if it looks like a wig, it's because it is. It's just bangs, but we're trying to spice it up on this channel, guys. Okay. Anyways, I shall see you in your pile. Timestamps are down below. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video, and I shall see you soon. Hello, welcome to your pile selection. So today we have some, I don't even know if you guys are like a millennial like me, then I think you knows you knows what this is, right? So I used to wear these like, okay, so I think these are called like fake gouges or gauges, and it was supposed to like put through your ear. It's kind of like an earring basically. So you're supposed to put it through your ear, and it's supposed to look like you have like spacers. But these are just screw-ons. It's like wearing a fake nose ring. But I found these in my room. And I'm like, I should literally wear them again, but like my work would never. But you know, we're not always working. So yeah, this will be pile number one if you choose this one. Kind of like a purple rainbow moment. If you choose number two, this would be your pile, which is this pink rhinestone. It looks super Avril Lavigne to me. Yeah, this moment. Sorry, is it not focusing? Oh my gosh. Okay. Hello? Okay, we're good. Okay, cool. So this is the one. And then if you choose pile number three, it's another rainbow one, but like this one's literally like Pride Month, Zebra Pride Month. Maybe you just like, this kind of reminds me of a fruit roll up as well. So if you like fruit roll ups, then that will be number three. Okay, so please pick your pile, and timestamps are below. I hope you guys have a wonderful month and love you. Bye. Hello, pile number one. Welcome in. If you chose this purple fake spacer moment thing, this will never focus. Anyways, this is your pile for your August predictions. So let's get started. My hair, I'm wearing like a wig thing today. It's itching my forehead. And the reason why I would never have like real bangs is because anything that like gets on my face, that sounds so weird. Anything that's like hair on my face makes me like irritable. I get really antsy and it itches and I start to scratch. So that's why I don't really have bangs unless I'm like doing videos or like if I do photos or whatever, but I will never have bangs willingly in my life. Okay, so pile number one, August. How are we living our lives? Let's go. Also, all the all the decks I use will be linked down in the description if you are interested. Okay, cool. So we have a couple cards. Yeah, so far looking good. Okay, let's get maybe like one more card or two more cards. I'm like aggressively shuffling. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay, let's get one more card. I feel like, yeah, okay, cool. Okay, I got a lot more cards actually. A lot more cards. Okay, so you have, I was like, let's get one more as we get to. So you have let's start in order. The Sun card is your first card upright. So the way I want to read this one is that I think your month, and this could be like a literal sense, like, oh, it's August, it's summertime. Actually, I think if you live in Australia, it's opposite. I don't think anyone watches me from Australia, but I'm just keeping that in mind. Um, anyway, summertime. So maybe like in the beginning of the month of August, you're really gonna be enjoying the sunshine, like literal sun. The weather, it's gonna be like super hot. Maybe you're gonna go to the beach. Just like a positive vibe. You're like chilling, you're enjoying your life. Things like that. Yeah. So I think it's gonna be like fairly positive in the beginning. Like you're just gonna be like carefree spirit. I'm also getting like youthful energy. So kind of like childlike, but not in like an immature way, but more in like carefree, like let's just enjoy our life. Let's just, if we're gonna go to the beach, let's just frolic, like that kind of vibe. And then we have pound number two. I mean, not pound number two, card number two, which is the Ten of Pentacles. So I think you're gonna have pretty like abundant, like you're gonna be pretty abundant in the beginning of the month. Like you have money to go around. Maybe you got bonus from work. Maybe you got a promotion. Maybe someone's birthday money. You know, money's coming in. Your side hustle is gonna do well. Like whatever that is, like there's money involved. Sorry if my hair is just like sticking up. Um, and it's to the point where like I think like you have enough to share. If it's not financial, I can also read this as either like for school, you're gonna do really well in your studies, like it's gonna be like abundant future in your studies, or your physical health is doing really well as well. So there's something that's like thriving in the beginning of the month. And as we go along, I think mid August, there is going to be a little bit of a shift, but don't be alarmed because this is just a minor arcana, which means things can change and things can change back. So the Five of Pentacles does talk about like loss of some financial, in some type of financial way. So either maybe like at first, like it's really interesting because it's such a drastic, like Ten of Pentacles to Five of Pentacles is like night and day. So first you're like enjoying your money, maybe you're doing some shopping, whatever that is, you're booking that vacation. And then when you come back or something happens where you're like, "Oh, now I really got to start saving my money cuz I'm worried I don't have a lot. I don't even have enough for like rent or whatever." So something just like kind of takes a dip. But always remember that even if you go through like the Five of Pentacles, which is about like losing something financially, or if it's physical health, maybe your health kind of turns back to where it was before, which is not the best. um this could just indicate that there's just like a slight bump in the road. And sometimes I feel like with these kind of situations, because we're enjoying a lot in the beginning of the month and then later on it's like we get humbled. Not to say like always be like cautious of life and be negative, like, oh, like it's I'm on such a high right now, like why even like enjoy it because it's gonna go back down. Like it is good to enjoy every moment, but to remember, like, you know, back to reality. Sometimes we need to just know that life just comes and goes in waves. So I think this is just kind of like more of a humbling card. I don't think it's like a big financial loss or like a big health issue or anything like that. Also, I'm not a doctor. So when I say health issue, I just mean like maybe you get the cold or something. I don't mean like diseases or anything. And then near the end of the month, you do have the Six of Cups. And I feel like after that Five of Pentacles, you kind of regain your footing again with the Six of Cups. Did I say Six of Pentacles? Six of Cups. And I see there's also like this one has like children energy. You kind of get that childlike vibe all over again that you did with the Sun card. You kind of get that boost of innocence. You also get the boost of just like carefree spirit. But the difference is that with the Six of Cups, it's like it can be talking about giving back to people, but it can also talk about kind of like living through nostalgia. So maybe um near the end of the month, you are just going to be more enjoying the simple things in life, realizing that you don't need flashy things. Not like pretend you went on a really good vacation and then you came back and you're like, oh, I'm back to the mundane, I'm back to budgeting, I'm back to my job, and it sucks. But now I think you're kind of like, okay, you know what, even if my life isn't like where I would dream it to be right now, I can still enjoy the day to day. So I think that's what this is. And then the last card you have is the Seven of Cups in reverse. So I think um sorry, let me look this one up. We still rusty, guys. We still rusty. Seven of Cups reversed. Yeah, so if it's reversed, I think it talks about how you might be something might happen where you're given a lot of like options. You might be feeling a little overwhelmed at the end of the month, like what should we do? Or what should you do? Like the decision you have to make. And when it's reversed, it could talk about um sorry, I'm like how you're overwhelmed by the choices, but I think the key is that okay, this is just how my brain works. So when it's reversed, right? All the cups with the things inside they pour out. So you pour everything out. So kind of like you dissect all the options you have in front of you. You could make like a pros or con list or, talk about like each item or each decision in a more specific way. And you kind of just lay it all out on the table. That's what I was trying to say. Wow. And then you kind of just be like, why is my hair like that? And then you kind of just be like, okay, so here are all the things. What is like right now for me, like what feels right? And what do you think is like the best decision I can make based off the information I have at the moment? So I think you are going to make some decisions of like which direction you kind of want to pursue. I'm not sure if it's like you're signing up for classes because September is coming up, end of August, maybe signing up for courses or something like that. And you're trying to be like, what do I do? Just lay it out there. I think Cups card often talks about like intuition as well. So do what basically makes you feel like right. And I don't think it's like the biggest decision you're going to make. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Okay, guys. Oh my gosh, so I'm kind of gassy today. So just we need to know that information. So yeah, we're gonna get some oracle cards, but I think so far your month is gonna be kind of like it's gonna be like up, down, up. But life, comes in cycles, and I don't think there's anything that I'm kind of like big for you. Like I don't see anything that's like super alarming. I guess like the Five of Pentacles, like don't let it get you down. Like don't let disappointment get you down for too long. Okay, so your card is the gratitude card. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. So yeah, like it kind of brings back to the whole like enjoy the small things in life, like be grateful for what you have. Even if there's like a slight slip up in your life, it doesn't mean that everything is for nothing. Counting your blessings, of course, is going to be important, especially you did get a lot of pentacle cards too. So I think if like financials or even like health wise, something's happening where you feel like your worth is tied to that, I think it's a good reminder to know that like it's not. You have so much more going for you than just like your job or your grades in school or like how I don't know, like pretend you're on a fitness journey and then you're like, oh, I'm trying to lose weight, but then I gained. Like those things, I think in the long run is not that big of a deal if you have like a clear, steady mind. Okay, you got two Moonology cards. First one is a Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. Okay, so it's funny because I think August is Leo season, so it could be your birthday month. Or it could be you're dealing with a Leo in your life. But I think with this card, it kind of represents, like, I don't know why I'm getting, but like the flashiness of sometimes the 10 of Pentacles, it's like it can, to me, it can seem kind of like money is all you care about. So I think with the don't let the pride get in your way. Also, this looks like a pentacle. It looks like a coin. To be a little bit careful with that. Just don't, like, it's okay to criticize yourself in a healthy way. That's why I think like it's like mid month. I cannot speak. Mid-month you are gonna be a little humbled. You also have the super moon. Emotions are running high. So yes, I think near the end of the month you might be feeling a little bit more emotional. And I don't think it's in a bad way. I think it's in a way where you feel like this is like you're growing in a way where you're growing emotionally into who you are. Maybe feeling comfortable when things are not exactly perfect. I don't know why that came in, but yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's do your love card. So your love card is Unbreakable Love. Ooh, I love that. This person has genuine love for you. You can overcome any issues that may arise. So if you are in a relationship, this is a very good sign that the person you're with is like a ride or die, committed. You guys are great together. If you're single, it could also mean that you don't have to read this as a romantic reading all the time. You can read it as like a friendship or someone in your life where you guys really do care for each other. It could be family, it could be friends, or even like your pet. Sometimes animals are the unbreakable love. Okay. I'm going to get you guys a tea leaf card. Let's see. Tea leaf cards. Oh, okay. This one really wants to fall. Just like, didn't even shuffle. It fell off. Apple. Temptation will test you. Oh, this is like the apple from Adam and Eve. So, yes, the temptation will test you. I think. Wait, let's get one more. I don't know. What does that mean? The temptation will test you. I feel like that's also like Snow White. Like, don't bite into the apple. What's the temptation? A bat. Is this another thing? Take care. Enemies are working against you. Yo, these cards, I'm telling you, they don't even like they don't play. Like they're like your house is gonna burn down. But yeah. Temptation will test you and take care enemies are working against you. Okay, so be a little bit careful. Okay, this is what I'm getting. With the 10 of Pentacles, sometimes, or even with the Sun card, in the beginning you got those two really positive cards. Sometimes people that are not in your best interest see you like you're thriving, you're living your life. They're like, they want a piece of that. So I think be really careful with people in your life that seem like, and you know that saying, they keep your enemies closer. That could happen. Like some friends, you gotta question that. But um, if people see you thrive and you feel like you're just getting a bad vibe that like they're not there for you, just kind of keep your distance. I think that's important. Oh my gosh. Okay, just gotta pull one more just because it's so interesting. Oh my god, you got the Tower. Solid foundation, success with effort. Okay, so this kind of does remind me of the Tower card in tarot where it's like foundations are not firm. But this one's different because it does say your foundation's pretty strong, but I want to say it's strong if you make it strong. So like it could be like someone says something behind your back and you're kind of like your confidence starts to go. You're like, wow, like can't believe like I'm such a horrible person, right? But if you really got a firm stance on who you are, of course be open to like constructive criticism, but like if it's actually something that like you don't think is valid, then having that strong foundation is gonna be the thing that kind of keeps you going away from the bats and like the poison apple. So I think you do have the card of Unbreakable Love, so there is support in your life. Um, so don't forget that even throughout like when you feel like you're kind of up against people. Also, I just want to say, like, with the Ten of Pentacles, I keep coming back to it because I think some people might also use you for money. Okay, that's a very specific example, but I just want to say it. Or if it's not money, it's like using you in a certain way to like their financial gain. Okay, so you got 09, which is number 9. Sorry, I'm pulling your angel numbers. Okay. Number 9, okay. Let's see. Numero 9. Okay, endings. Okay, I can't. Why is the hair? Okay, the ending is a lesson. In your life, something is coming to completion. It can be sad, and it's also okay to mourn what was. But it's also important to recognize the lesson in this ending as well. Journal today on what you have learned, how you feel, and what you plan to do with this hard won knowledge. Okay, so I do get a sense that for some of you guys, the bat is someone that you trusted in your life. Like maybe it was a friend or a coworker or something. Someone in your life where you're like, I thought we was, wait, am I putting this back? I thought we was ride or die. And then they weren't. So I think that's why it could be a little like jarring for you. But, you know, and all these things, like once you have your solid foundation, like I think you're going to be good. And by the end of the month, like you do have like your 7 of Cups. There's like so many options. Like what road do you want to take with this? Do you want to keep pursuing with this person, or do you want to just be like, yeah, I don't think it's gonna work out? Okay, so now we're at the part where we're gonna do our yes or no. So feel free to think of a yes or no question. um it's gonna kind of guide you towards the deck that you like. Sorry guys, I have no room. I don't know where to put anything. Okay. So yes, if you want to choose pile number 1, number 2, number 3, one of these will be your answer. Feel free to think of your question, and we're going to start now. So number 1, if you chose this, your answer is recovery. So seems kind of like a no. Seems more like it's time for you to heal before you take action, whatever that question was. I think it's time for you to like just kind of recuperate, find a little bit of yourself, not diving straight in yet. If you pick number 2, your answer is improving health. Okay, so some of you guys, this could have been a health reading because Pentacles does talk about health as well as like health as in like your physical being. I want to say that's also kind of a healing process. For you, it's a little bit more specific to like maybe your sleeping patterns or your eating patterns or your whatever that is for you. This is a goal, and I think that's going to be improving by the end of the month. And then if you pick number 3, your answer is communicate clearly. So kind of all these were kind of ambiguous answers, but I think it's just saying if you communicate clearly, then you're gonna get the answers you want to receive. As my throat choked up when I said that. Clearly, that wasn't clear communication. But yeah, communicating clearly is gonna be kind of like you're gonna get the answers, not the answers you want, but the answers you need. Okay, so yes, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked, please comment and subscribe. I love you guys. I shall see you next month for a new video. Okay, bye. Wow, the hair is getting worse. Hi, welcome pile number 2. If you chose, what am I grabbing? Whoa, if you chose this beautiful spacer with the rhinestone plastic gem thing on it, then welcome to your reading for August. So yes, let's jump right in. My hair is getting worse every pile, so good luck pile number 3 with the hair. It's just getting so bad. That's why I don't have bangs. They fight with me. They fight. But yeah, let's see pile number 2. What's happening in your month of August? I'm getting the giggles. Do you ever like just start to laugh? Like that sounds like I'm like a serial killer, but yeah, sometimes I just like laughing. Maybe because life is such a mess that you're like you have to laugh because what's the point? Okay, okay. I have to look some of these cards. So I've become so bad at reading. I say this every month, but like I really want to do more videos, but like I can't guarantee anything because like unfortunately sometimes life is like no, but we're gonna try because I do want to practice. I feel like the more I read, obviously the better it gets, but I've been so rusty the past few months because I just haven't been filming, just like struggles in life. Okay, so let's get maybe one more card. Okay. You have a lot going on, pile number 2. Let me just look up some of these cards so we can get some clarities. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay, so I am getting a lot. I think your month, without even like jumping into it yet, it's gonna be like a month for you. Like it's not gonna be like whatever. It's gonna be like yes. It's like okay, if you watch like animes, which I don't even watch, but like any TV show basically or movie, and you're in it, and it's like the climactic part of the show or the movie. It's like the peak. I think your August is the peak. So let's start. So you have the 9 of Wands reverse. So this one can talk about inner resources, struggle, overwhelm, defensive paranoia. So I feel like I'm getting more like you're feeling overwhelmed in a way that it's like, because usually ones, okay, I feel like it's like more in your heart. Something's making you feel like stressed and hard for you to continue doing something because you feel all the kind of like the because it's not like the 10 of Wands where it's like the weight is on your shoulders, but it's kind of like getting to that point where you feel like you're not really sure how to go about a situation and you're kind of tired. Like you're like, oh, the finish line is right there, but I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. Like I don't even want to start, even though you're almost done. So I think in the beginning of the month, you're gonna feel a little defeated. And I think that you're just gonna feel like, how do I keep going, basically? Like, how can I keep pushing through this, whatever the situation is? You also have the Knight of Wands in reverse, which I think it usually means like if you're going too fast without thinking, like you're gonna crash and burn. But I'm getting more of a sense that this Knight of Wands is um like he doesn't know how to keep going. Like he if you look at his face, he looks a little bit like apprehensive in the situation. Like he's not as confident because the Knight of Wands is so confident. But in this deck, he just kind of looks like he's like, I don't even know like what's happening. You're like, mm. So I think that's what's going on. I think you're feeling also near the beginning of the month, kind of like I don't even know where we're going. Like I don't know if we're just gonna crash and burn. Because sometimes in the Night of Wands, he's moving so fast that he's not sure like the outcome. Like he's not thought it through. And then near the mid month, you have the Queen of Swords. So it's also reversed. So she's kind of more like someone who is very like stern, very like cutthroat, like cut the BS, like gonna say it like it is. But because you got her in the reverse, it's almost toxic. So it could be you or someone in your life where the words are just so cold. Like whoever's saying this is like they don't have any empathy at all with like what's being said. Like you can still say the same thing, but like the way you could say it is how you say it, right? So whoever is saying this is almost to the point where it's hurtful to the other person, I think. And you or someone else cannot take this anymore. It's like, okay, I'm so done with like all these things happening, and I'm done with like your coldness to me and how like you're just gonna say it like it is, but there's no heart behind it. So I think near the end of the month, you did get the Tower card, which is a major arcana. So this is something that's gonna like, I think the built up of all this stress in the beginning to the mid month. By the end of the month, you're just gonna be like, I'm done. Like I'm done with this. Like all your life is gonna probably like feel like it's gonna be crumbling down. Don't be scared if this is not, it's not actually like your life is ending, but like I think you're gonna feel like a pivotal change in your life. Whether it's like inside yourself, like your opinions completely change, or like your physical situation changes. Something's gonna change in your life where you're like, all this has built up to the point where I can't do it anymore. And you're kind of like, we need to start from ground zero. I'm going to pull one more card because I want to see what happens after the tower. But yeah, your month is definitely going to be like a climax. But you know, I think life is great sometimes because we need to go through the stressful time in order to like better our life and better our situation. You know, and it sounds cheesy, but Tower cards are great. They actually show you what you need and what you want. Maybe this whole time you thought you wanted something or you needed something, but you realize it's not even good. Like none of it was good. Okay, so let's get you one extra card. Okay, like 4 cards came out. Let's get you one extra card. Just to close off the month. How's the end of August gonna look? Okay, that's like so many. Okay, let's just... Okay, let's do again. One more card. I cannot take 3. Or else this reading would never end. Also, the hair is getting ridiculous. The hair. Okay. For some reason, your deck, I mean, your pile wanna like all the cards. Like all the cards keep trying to fall out. Okay, that's so many. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna blind shuffle, okay? No, 1 card. Anything, nothing? Okay, 1 card. Maybe we're not supposed to know. Like, this card's not falling out. Maybe we're not supposed to know. Like, everyone tower moment after is different, right? So, maybe we're not supposed to know. Okay, I'm gonna just give it one more, like, shuffle. If nothing falls out, then we're not supposed to know. That was, like, too many. Okay, I think we'll leave it. Yeah, you know what? Let's just leave it. Everything's, like, falling in 3s. So... we're not supposed to know, but yeah, you are gonna have a big tower moment at the end of the month. And I think this kind of just shows that like it's really up to you what you want to do with that energy. And of course I want to say your energy is to rebuild that situation in a more sustainable way. So your card for your oracle card is pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. So I see this as being prideful in yourself in a way that's not cocky. So being proud of where you've come. Also, I kind of also read this. So the Queen of Swords, like I said, someone who can be very sharp with their words. If this is about you, like maybe you were the Queen of Swords and you were kind of being like, you realized that you were being kind of an a-hole. Not because you were trying to be, but sometimes it's like we have to check ourselves, right? So if this was you, then the pride card could indicate like kind of like a reality check. Like, listen, like you're not all that. And it's okay to be opinionated and a strong communicator without being rude. So I think this could indicate to some of you guys that this was you and it's time to like have reality check. Like, let's not be so prideful that we lose ourselves. But I think for most of you guys, the pride card could mean like that someone was trying to put down your confidence. And this card is telling you to kind of like, you have so much to be proud of. Like, don't think that just because your tower fell apart, whatever happened, like something like did not work out, to just give up. Like, you have so much going for you. You have so much skills and talents and who you are as a person. Like, that's what being proud is about. It's not about everything else. So yeah, I think yeah, your reading's a little intense. Okay, that card fell out. You also have the new moon in Scorpio for your monology, work through your fears. So yes, there is something, it kind of relates to the nine of wands with like there's something that you're kind of paranoid about, a little defensive. You're kind of like, I don't really know. Like I don't know if I can do it. You can, especially with this card, like um I think the Scorpio sign always for me is always like something that is like it can be negative if you see it in a negative way. So like people think like Scorpios are like crazy bitches, right? But if you really think about it, they're just very passionate individuals. And I think it's good to use that passionate side of the Scorpio card to like push yourself through. And Pride also gives me Leo vibes. Also, Leo vibes could be August babies. So yeah, these two together, I think using that confidence that you have deep within in a like a productive way is going to really help you push through this tower moment, and it's going to kind of start you on a new chapter in life or like a stage in your life. Yes. I'm going to get you a love card. So anything. So you guys got open yourself to others. This is how you will create new friendships and attract the love relationship. So maybe I see this more as like not a love card, but more like people in your life card. So basically it's saying that if you like during this moment you might feel like you want to kind of hide away, you're kind of ashamed, you're like, oh, I don't want to like anyone to even know what just happened, right? But I think when this card's basically saying like you have to open up to those you trust, obviously those not the bad ones, but to those you trust, and you're gonna attract people that can not only help you, but you might be able to help them. Like sometimes people just bond through trauma bonding. Um, but yeah, like if you don't open up, like how can you receive help? And especially after something like the tower moment where we do feel like we need a little bit extra assistance. I think it's just telling you to like don't close yourself off after going through something like this. If anything, do the opposite, and it's okay to ask for help. Okay. So just gonna get you a couple tea leaf. Okay. So the first one you got is the throne, position of authority. So I think that you're gonna regain your position of authority in your life. So maybe at the beginning of the month, you didn't really have that much. You feel like you were a little bit powerless, but then near the end of the month, after that tower moment, I think you're finally gonna be like, okay, this is my life. I'm the one that's in charge. So I'm going to start taking charge. So I think you are going to be that queen. I think you're going to be that one that's going to call the shots in your life. You also have bouquet, compliments from an admirer. So maybe through this time, for some of you guys, someone, that's why it says like open yourself up to others. It could be romantic for some of you guys. Someone sees or like can relate to the struggle and maybe wants to help you. Maybe you guys bond and end up being like friends or even more than friends. But there is someone who really sees like positive things in you and also in your life that you might not see. So I think it's actually such a beautiful card, especially when you're gonna go through maybe stressful times. Um, that sometimes we forget that we do have great things and we need to remember that. And then your last card is the teapot, which is deep friendship with someone of the same sex. So I think this could mean that there is like someone who is almost like what's it called, like a twin flame or something, like a soul sister or whatever in your life that's gonna kind of help you through this time. So you have a lot of support. Also, it's interesting because all the tea leaf cards you got are kind of look like objects in a house. So I don't know if like because the tower card is talking about stability, and sometimes like home is like the main part of like not if your home is not stable, then everything else is also unstable. So like pretend your family's fighting a lot. Maybe they're going through a divorce, or like you're selling your house, or there's something wrong with your house, or you can't pay rent, or whatever's happening with the home life. If it's unstable, then it could cause like you have nowhere safe to go basically, right? So I don't know if for some of you guys these objects in your home represent anything, but I think it's kind of saying that like even if things are not like rainbows and butterflies in that area of your life, you do have like objects that are still there that can bring you joy in your life. Even if it's not the entire house hold or whatever, it's like this teapot is special, this chair is special, this vase is special. So yeah. Okay. Oh, let's do your angel numbers. But yeah, it's definitely sending you a big hug. Pile number two. Pile number two, sending you a big hug. I feel like I relate to this pile a lot. But your angel numbers. I keep pulling 0 first. Is that weird? Okay, whatever. So 52. But I keep pulling 0 first. I don't know what that means. 0 is not listed on this book. Okay, so 52. Even though 0 is number, like what? Okay, 52. Okay. Fine tuning, hone your skills. You are being called not just to pass on certain skills, but also to really focus on them and make them the best they can be. An interest you have is calling you for more attention. Acknowledge this and create a plan for furthering your own education on the matter. Okay, so there's something that I think you need to improve on. It could be skills in terms of like, if you want to think about it literally, like if you're at work, like maybe communication skills, organization skills, delegation skills. And then maybe if you're in school, like whatever you're learning in school, like education. But I think the skills are just talking about like how when you're going through like all these things, you have so much skills that you can like build. So like during this tower moment, like pretend you're like, oh my god, I was never good with, I don't know, it's just an example. Like maybe I'm really bad with money, and my tower moment was like my money is bad. So now you're working on them. You're like, okay, my skills is like improving my budgeting, how to manage money better, how to save. I think it's something about like this learning curve in your life right now is about building your skills so you can do better and be stronger as an individual, so you can build that more solid foundation. Okay, guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up. This is the last part, so think of your yes or no question and we'll do your angel answers. Oh my god, this video was so crooked. So yes, think of your yes or no. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. Choose your pile and this will be your answer. So if you chose number 1, your answer is ask your angels. So you might be feeling a little lost right now. Valid. Ask your angels for guidance. Ask if you believe in like past lives or ancestral spirits. Like ask for guidance. And it's sometimes when you meditate or you really focus, you start to get like message. Like I don't get like messages, but some people like you start to. For me, I start to feel calm and I get a clearer mind, so I can make the better decisions. So there's that. If you chose number 2, your answer is wait. So seems like things are not gonna happen now, but they're gonna happen at some point, and I feel like they're gonna happen once you start to build your confidence and also hone those skills we were talking about. But right now, it doesn't seem like it's happening yet. And if you chose number 3, your answer is time to let go. So something is definitely in your past. It's time to move on from it. It's time to move on, whether it's a mindset, a person, a job, something that's really holding you back. It's really time to move on so you can actually better yourself and your life. So yes, that was your reading, pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed. Please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. And have a wonderful month. I know it seems a lot, but you got this. And I shall see you next time. Bye. Oh my god, guys. Welcome pile number 3. I was like recording this and then I was like instead of press start recording, I press start streaming. And then it asked me on OBS like, do you want to stream? And I'm like, no. Oh, so yeah, okay, good, because I'm not streaming. This is just a video. Hey, but yes, pile number 3. If you chose this, I told you, pile number 3 always crazy to me. Like it's always my pile that's like loopy whoopy. This rainbow spacer, and this will be your reading all about your August. So let's start. Why am I whispering? I feel like I started to whisper near the end of the readings. It's not even that late. It's like 10 p.m., guys. The party's just started, right? So we don't need to be whispering, but yeah, we're whispering. So let's get your party started in here. My camera's moving up here. You guys know that song? I start to realize how old I am. I'm like, back in my day, we had a band. They're called a group. The Black Eyed Peas. This was before Fergie went solo. Because we all know Big Girls Don't Cry or whatever. Now I'm thinking, did that song mean Big Girls Don't Cry as in like bigger girls and like as in you're like your body is bigger, or does it mean like Big Girls Don't Cry as in I'm old now? Okay, anyways, I need to stop. Anyways, here's your cards, pile number 3. Okay, so okay. What is this? Oh my god, I can't count. Okay, so let's start with your first card. Number 7. I mean 7 of Pentacles. 6 plus 1 is 7. Okay, cool. So yeah, 7 Pentacles. Sorry, I just sit differently. My leg is gonna cramp. Okay, so 7 of Pentacles. I think in the beginning of the month for you guys, you are gonna be going through more of like a waiting period. So 7 Pentacles does often talk about being patient. I also read it as if something hasn't been working out, like maybe in July, things were just kind of like you're kind of like not sure where you're going, and then you're kind of stagnant, but you keep feeling like you're waiting, but it's never happening. Sometimes 7 of Pentacles could not only mean like it's time to be patient, but it's also time to be like looking at the blueprint. Like, is there something we can do? Maybe like a slight shift or a slight change in order to progress better. So I have a great example. For me, it's like doing job searches, right? So sometimes it's like, oh, I've applied to so many jobs, and like, I know the market is bad right now as I'm making this video, but I'm not like, okay, let's maybe take a look at our resume. Like, can we change the resume? Is there anything we can do better? Maybe we have to apply within the first week of the job coming up, like whatever that is, like kind of something like that, like assessing. Still being patient though, because you can't force things to happen when it's not the time, but kind of like, what can we do to change a bit, but we're still gonna wait it out. So that's more in the beginning of the month, and as we progress throughout our month, we have the 6 of Pentacles, which is kind of like the card about like giving back, but I think because you did get it in the reverse, it's more like maybe it's okay to like receive, if that makes sense. So maybe you're the type of person to like always help others, like pretend you go out for like a drink or dinner with your friends or family, and then you're always the type to be like, oh, it's okay, it's on me, like I'll pay, like it's okay, it's on me. And that's great, but sometimes you have to like look out for yourself, like kind of like, hey, like maybe it'd be nice if people treat me for one day or give back to me in one day. So kind of like even if it's not like a physical, I know Pentacles are like physical, but it's also about like, I think being able to receive love and support from other people. So if someone wants to help you with something, it's okay to be like, yeah, sure, that'd be great. Like, what do you have any tips or whatever? Like, receive the help. instead of it just being like, oh, it's okay, I'm fine. Like, I think a lot of us say, it's okay, I'm fine, or oh, I'm good. But how many times do we say, oh, yeah, actually, that'd be great, you know? So I think it's time for you to, as the month progresses, to start to be open to receiving back whatever that is for you. You also do have the, um, is this the nine of, sorry, this is the eight of swords. Wait, I can't count. Yeah, that's eight of swords. So you might be feeling like near, like mid month, that there's something where you feel like you can't really get out of a situation. Like, okay, maybe you were, okay, so beginning of the month, you're like waiting and waiting. You're like, oh my gosh, like, when is my fruit gonna become, when can I enjoy the fruits of my labor? What am I even saying? When is my fruit gonna become? But maybe near the mid to end of month, you're like, I'm still waiting. I'm still feeling like nothing's changed. Like, you're like, I'm waiting for that moment. But a lot of the time, I think with the eight of swords, it's like there's always a way to get out. We just have to, like, we just have to find it, and it's not easy. I'm not saying any of this is easy, but because you did get this in reverse, I want to say that you're finally gonna be like releasing yourself from it. Like, it's finally like the straps are gonna be untied, and you're gonna start to see a little bit more clarity. And the reason I also say this is because at the end of the month, you did get the ace of swords, and I think you got it in reverse. So I always take the reverse as like cutting through something. Like, you're finally like, wait, is it wait, sorry guys, my brain. Let's just confirm. Let's just confirm. Okay, wait, no, the upright is cutting through. Oh my god. Okay. Inner clarity, rethinking an idea. Okay, this is what it is. Okay, so I got the breakthrough mindset, but they're saying it's not, but I'm thinking it could be both. So basically at the end of the month, I think you kind of know where to go. Like, you kind of know what decision to make, or like how we can go about this situation that we're kind of stuck in. But you feel like you're doubting yourself. I feel like you're clouding your judgment, and it's hard for you to make that change because you're doubting yourself. You're second guessing. You're like, oh, if I do this, oh sorry, this wins this way. If I do this, then things are just not gonna, like, it's gonna get worse, or like I don't know if it's actually gonna work out. Like, you're kind of like doubting the situation. I'm gonna try to get one more tarot card to see if there's more information we can get, but I think you have an epiphany at the end of the month. Like, you're kind of gonna be released from this. Okay, why does it always do like 40 cards when I ask for like a clarification card? Okay, can we just get one card please for clarification? This happened with another pile where I'm like trying to get like a clarification card, and it just like really didn't want. Can we clarify? Okay, cool. I feel like I'm yelling at the deck. Okay, wait. Let me look up the Empress. Oh, I guess yelling at the deck doesn't help. Okay. Okay, so it's also reversed, so I'm gonna read it like that. So apparently Empress in reverse says you have a creative block, dependence on others. Okay, so I think, because usually the Empress is someone who is really, like, they use their emotions to kind of make decisions. Like, they can feel if something is wrong or right. They have also that nurturing energy where they're like, things will kind of just flow through. But because you got her in reverse, it says creative block and dependence on others. So I think you're depending on somebody to get you out of this eight of swords energy, when at the end of the day, like, I think by the end of the month you kind of have that answer. Like, you have the sword here, you have the ability to cut through, but you're not utilizing it because you're doubting yourself. Also, the Empress also reversed, you're doubting your intuition. Like, I want to read this even if you're not like a woman, like a woman's intuition. Like, you're doubting your woman's intuition of like what to do or how to go about this, and you still in that stuck mindset by the end of the month. And I think the way to really get out of this whole thing is like, don't doubt yourself so much. You have the idea, you have the feeling, you have the intuition, but you're not combining all of these together to get you out. So I don't know why, but I think with your pile, I do sense I'm a little frustrated too. I don't know if you're frustrated in your situation, but I just feel like the answer is not clear, but for some reason the progress seems really to be blocked for some reason. So let's just get some more clarifications by pulling some oracle cards. But yeah, even with your pile, I just feels like there's a blockage. Like something's stuck. And I'm not sure if it's like someone's in denial or something like someone says they want change but they're not letting it. Okay, so you actually got a pretty good card right now. Failure. I know it's like, what do you mean I got a good card? It says I failed. No, you didn't. So failure, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Okay, this kind of really starts to clear things up for me. So the reason why for the month of August you feel like you don't know what's happening, you don't know how to get out, you feel stuck, it's because you're scared of making a choice or making a decision or making a change because you're scared of failing. Well, if you're stuck in the same cycle and you're unhappy, then you've already failed because you're living like a nightmare. And it sounds extreme, but sometimes it is, right? So sometimes you need to kind of like take that step. Maybe you fail, like maybe you like do something else and then it's like, oh, it's actually worse than before. That's fine because you can always get out of something. But the thing is, if you live in like the in betweens your whole life, then you're never gonna really know like what if. Like you're gonna live with what ifs. You're not gonna live with like any risk taking. I think you're scared of taking risks. You're scared of changing. But honestly, if you don't change, you'll never know. So I think for your card, your pile, like you have to be comfortable with things not working out so things can work out in a different way. Okay, so you have two moonology. Your first one is full moon in Virgo. You're good enough. So yes, I think just reassuring yourself. Also, Virgo is kind of like, wait, isn't Virgo's? No, Virgo's is not in August, right? Oh my god, I know end of it maybe, but yeah. So basically, you are good enough. So kind of reminding yourself that like no matter what the outcome is, like if you feel stuck in whatever's, um, it's not means it doesn't mean you're a failure. Like we all have like stagnant parts in our life where you're like, how come life is just every day like the same? And maybe you're sick of it. So this one's just saying that like, listen, there's nothing wrong with that. We all get into slumps. We all can get out of slumps, but right now I think our fear of like not being perfect, because Virgos is often about perfectionism, our fears of not like living up to people's standards or even our own standards, that's causing you to not take the risk of changing. And this is just reminding you that like no matter what happens, like you are okay, like you are good enough and you are worthy. And then you have your second card, which is Waning Moon. What do you need to release? So yeah, there's something that in order for you to really move on in August, to like get unstuck, like you need to really, I think, and I think I'm gonna pull the Six of Pentacles back. Like you need to give something back to yourself. There's something that you're missing, and I think you need to really assess what you're missing and really utilize that to your own advantage. But don't doubt your own ability. You're doubting yourself, I think. Yeah. I don't know. With your pile, I just feel like slight frustration. And this just could be because you're frustrated with the situation. Okay, let's get you a love card. Yeah, I don't know. Your pile making me feel like my chest, not my chest, like my stomach feels like it's a little bit in a knot. I don't know if it's like the stress is getting to me. Something is like, it just feels like you're constipated. Really. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is or will be returning to your life soon. So it could be, of course, for you guys, some of you guys, your ex is coming back. Not all exes are bad. Sometimes people are very like neutral with their ex, like there's nothing weird about it. But most times it's not the best thing. So be careful if it is for you guys a love reading and your ex is coming back and they were toxic, like be careful. But I think reconciliation, I want to read this main thing as like people in your life. I don't read it doesn't seem romantic to me, to be honest. I read this more as like like it could be a friend or family member or even like a colleague or like an associate, not associate, um, acquaintance. Oh my god, too much job searching for me. But yeah, acquaintance. Someone else is coming back in your life, and I think you could be reconnecting with somebody that you might have like drifted apart from, and I think you guys like this person or maybe you guys together is going to be able to kind of help you through this. I do feel like this is kind of your key to getting unstuck besides like obviously like your own trust in yourself, but there is a little bit of external assistance during this time. We're going to get you some tea leaf cards as well. Anything we should know? But yeah, I do feel like your pile is like constipation or bloating. So your first tea leaf is the box. I just realized throughout this whole reading, I didn't put the lamp on. Like the whole reading. The lamp is not on, but it's like face. Anyways, I hope the lighting's good, guys. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to probably like get angry at myself later. But yes, the box. You will receive a gift. So I think you're gonna get like it could be obviously a physical gift or like a gift of clarity for some of you guys, or even a gift of support. It's gonna be something that will help you kind of feel like maybe not fully unstuck, but like kind of push you a little bit out of the way, out of the way, out of I don't even know what I'm saying. Like push you in the right direction, like a slight push in the right direction for the month of August. Whatever's kind of getting you tangled up in there. You also have the kangaroo card. Unsettled times need to plan ahead. Yeah, so there's something that I just feel like you might be scared to take the next step and make a change or something because you're like, oh, what if, like, same thing, like, what if what's happening next is worse than what's happening now? That could happen. I'm not gonna say, like, oh my God, but later will be better because you're not getting any sense of that later. I mean, right now. Um, but sometimes, like, you kind of need to go, sometimes you need to do something in order to kind of know it didn't work out so you can really know what not to do for the future. Like, instead of living in, like, what ifs. You also have the rooster, which says an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. So there is a warning against somebody in your life that could kind of stir up these issues. It could be you feel stuck because this person is in your life. Like, could be a manager, maybe a parent in your life, or a partner, or a friendship, even. Like, something's making you feel like you can't like make that change because you feel stunted by them. Maybe they're even like they put you down, they make you feel like you're nothing. And then maybe that's why you feel like you're a failure, even though you're not a failure. We all fail, but we're not a failure. We're failing as a part of life, right? But this could also, for some of you guys, could talk about the reconciliation, being careful about that, even though someone returning in your life, you could be like, oh, now we're good, we can be friends again. But you never know. Sometimes keep the enemies closer, right? So be careful with that for some of you guys. But I think like you have like a lot more intuition than you think you do. I think you're doubting your skills. For some reason, you're doubting your skills, even though I think you know exactly what to do. Yeah. Yeah, no. Let's get your angel numbers. 789. Oh my god, that's kind of weird because it's like, wait, 789. Guys, that joke. Do you know that joke? Am I old? Yes. Okay. It's like, why was why was six why was six scared of seven? Is that even how it starts? Why was six scared of seven? Because 789. Okay. I think that's how it went. I don't know, guys. Okay, courage. Yeah, you better be. Okay, so you are brave. You are courageous and your angels are applauding you. The present circumstances that called upon you to be true to yourself were opportunities for you to grow. Journal about what you learned from a recent circumstance in which you had to be true to yourself. So yeah, there is something about like I think it does have to do with the arrogant boastful person. someone was making you question yourself and making you question your abilities. And I think this card just this number just kind of reminds you to be strong throughout it. Like you're like the little ant, and you know how roosters eat bugs? So you're like the little bug, and the rooster is like the person or the energy, the negative energy. And 7, 8, 9, like 7 going 8, 9, like you're the ant, you got eaten by the seven, which is the rooster. It's complicated, but basically don't let that rooster eat you. Eat. I know an ant cannot eat a rooster, but don't let them eat you, okay? So you got to be strong, make that decisions, and be confident you are good enough. Yeah. I think your pile is just more about like knowing that you are able to do things, and know that like no matter what someone says or what situation you're in, you're not like less than. I think I said this in another group. It's kind of similar vibe, but yours one seems a little bit more like, I'm not saying it's not as bad, but I think yours is more like you feel more trapped than you are. Like I think there is more opportunity for you, but you need to believe you can achieve them and you're worthy of them. Okay. So yes, now we're doing the yes or no answer. Feel free to think of a question. And then once you do, we have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. Feel free to pick your pile and that will be your answer. Yes. Okay. So if you pick pile number 1, your answer is if you believe. So once again, another one about being confident in yourself. If you're confident in yourself, you believe you have the skills and abilities, then the universe gonna believe that you have the skill and abilities and you're gonna achieve what you want. So this could be like a positive sign, but only if you believe. It's up here. Number 2, if you pick this, it's time to take action. So yes, I think a lot of your reading was about like being stagnant, feel like you're crippled and you can't like do anything about it. But it's time to take action, whatever that is. Make that change you want. Even though you did have some cards about like gifts coming your way to help you and people coming away, a lot of this energy I am getting for you is about you kind of getting yourself out of it. Like people can only say and do so much for you. You're going to have to be the one to enact that change. So, yes. And pile number 3, if you chose this, your answer is within the next few weeks. So, things are going to be changing, the gears are going to be turning, and things are going to be happening, but not right now. I do also believe this one is talking about like there is something you have to do as well to like make it start to go. But things can happen if you make that change, and within a few weeks is not really a long time, right? So just think of that. Like a lot can change in a few weeks. Okay, so that was your reading, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed. And once again, if you like, feel free to subscribe, comment, share the video, and I shall see you in your next reading. Have a wonderful month, and bye.